This is an exciting program that blends with traditional marketing and helps you be in step with the radical changes that your customers are making in their communication habits. Newspapers, yellow pages, and radio are all declining in audience and are continuing to lose effectiveness as advertising media. Now, cell phone calls, text messaging, and accessing the internet from their phones are everyday things to a new generation of adults. Businesses must adapt to reaching their customers and prospects where they are, and increasingly, that's on their cell phones. Cell phones enjoy nearly universal use among all segments of the population, even senior citizens, and they are using their phones as mobile communication devices to get entertainment, social contact, and information, including finding business services they need. This is especially useful for restaurants, since going out to eat, and especially the choice of where and what to eat, is often a spur-of-the-moment decision. If your customers can find you easily on their phones, you have a much better chance of being the restaurant they choose. Here's where a restaurant can really take advantage of mobile communication, with text messaging. You can actually time when your messages get to your customers. You can send them a message just before lunch or dinner, or right after a local sport event is over. And you reach them wherever they are, whatever they're doing. And unlike newspapers or yellow pages, nearly everyone uses cell phones. And it works for nearly everyone that is a potential customer. 72% of Americans text, even senior citizens. Seniors communicate with their grandchildren, and they do it by texting, because that's what their grandkids do. Now, 82% of Americans do not leave their house without their cell phones. You can see every day in your restaurant how people are addicted to them. But look at the redemption figure. Mobile coupons are redeemed 20 times more than paper coupons. That's because people carry them in their phone, and their phones are always with them. So they're much more likely to come into your restaurant from a mobile coupon than with a newspaper coupon, and they rarely come alone. But how do you get someone's cell phone number? Well, you give them a reason to give it to you. Just give them a good offer worth redeeming. You more than likely do that in your advertising now anyway. Now notice the phrase, text Grill 8 to 72727. When your customer texts in or opts in, they have given you permission to market to them. They have told you that they are interested in these kinds of offers. The number that they text to is called a short code. It's just an abbreviated phone number. The word that they text is called a keyword, which is chosen by you. You can have different keywords that send out different messages. But now see what happens when customers text in. Their cell phone number now goes into a database that you have access to. You can now send future messages to the people in that database. Your offers can be pretty, like this mobile coupon, or they can be plain text. It doesn't matter. They're both effective. And you're not limited to sending coupons or offers. You can send them anywhere on the internet. They can go to a photo of an event you're running, to a video about your specials, or to your mobile website. Here's how you figure what this can bring into you. Let's suppose you build up a database of 1,000 cell phone numbers. You're having a slow day, so you decide to send out an offer to your database close to supper time. If you get 4% of them to come in, that's 40 people that you would not otherwise have had. And that doesn't count the people they bring with them. You see on the slide a $55 investment to send the messages. That's a typical number that can vary with your text setup. But you can see that it's a great return, and it changes your evening from a slow one to a quite profitable one. But do they get the messages you send? Well, here's the statistics from surveys on mobile use. 97% of people who receive text messages open them. No other medium comes close to actually getting your message in front of your prospect's eyes. In addition, studies show that over 90% of text messages are read within 5 minutes of receiving them. So you're getting your message out and getting it read almost as fast as if you were talking to the people. And here's how you get the cell phone numbers. Point of sale. When they pay their bill, tell them they can save X% when they opt in right now. Put an offer on your website. Put the offer in your ads. Not only is this a great way to multiply the effectiveness of your ads, but it's a great way to track how your ads work. This works for newspapers, yellow pages, radio, TV, flyers, and even direct mail. Here are some examples of offers. The top left is a mobile coupon the customer gets on their phone. The bottom left is a plain text message. Notice the phrase at the end, reply stop to end. This gives them the chance to opt out. If you give them good offers, few people will choose to do this. On the right side of the slide, you see different ways to induce your customers to opt in. You can put these in your ads, on your receipts, or, as in the bottom right, on table tents, right where your customers are sitting in your restaurant. And this is the magic of the system. As we said, when customers opt in, their cell phone number goes into your database. Just using the numbers from previous slides, say you blasted out a message to 1,000 customers and 40 came in. Let's conservatively estimate that half of them brought along just one other person. That's 60 people. And let's take the $55 cost. That means you brought in these people at a cost of less than $1 per person. How much you make depends on your profit margin, taking into account the offer. Now you can and should schedule your messages to reach your customers at the best time, which is usually before they finalize their lunch or dinner plans. Your overall goal is to bring your customers in more often than they otherwise would come in, as well as attract new ones. You can use texting to increase your likes on Facebook. You also see in the middle an example of how you can get their email addresses for email marketing. And on the right, you see an example of how you can promote other things, in this case, your gift cards. You can tell them to forward the coupon to a friend, making your message go even farther. You can coordinate texting with your mobile website to take reservations, and even online ordering. You can even set up a system that enables your customers to pay you by sending a text. There are additional ways to use texting in your business. For instance, you can segment your database and choose who to send specific messages to. You can have one for your employees. When someone calls in sick, you can send out a text to whoever's off to see who wants to come in before you have to call people. If you go to the website shown here, you can opt in at the site and see one of our high-end systems in action. It combines text, email, and direct-to-voicemail messaging for an incredible follow-up system. Over 3 weeks, you'll get a variety of marketing messages. Think of how you can use this in your business. It's a marketing education in itself, and I highly recommend you opt in. But if you think this is overkill for your business, we have a simpler system that will do just what you need to get done. To get started, or just to get further information, call us today at 815-434-4322 and start bringing back your customers more often.